Okay, Coach, on a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room, and we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Set, 19. Check line 47. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And his first pass is incomplete. Good coverage there by Trayvon Mullen.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. He's got daylight. He's at the 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Duke Johnson, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You talk about explosion plays, there's one pretty much right out of the gate.
And now they get to ride a wave of emotion, momentum, everything. Just as you described, right out of the gate, big sprint, touchdown, they're excited. But on the other side, they've got to guard against a major letdown because they hit them right in the gut with that one. And now you start to question yourself a little bit when you give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Get that quarterback. And on flag. Raider 2. Shoot. Check 43. What? No cheat. Watch twits. Shoot. White.
They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs, still on his feet. And now look at him go. The 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before.
He's got it at the 15. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Kenny Stills, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. This will be taken short. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Takes over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Hey, 734. Mike 55.
Throwing again. Carr. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 37. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away. And that means your defense. They've got to go out there and sudden change and at least hold people to feet.
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Houston. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes now for Deshaun Watson. And the Texans push further out in front. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken very short. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
Switch. Check 13. Check 13.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
Now. 180. Hey, we're good. 280. 280. 55. Logan John. 36. 1. Later 1. Double up. You're mine.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Carr. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Adam Gotsis, the Aussie, with a sack.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Express. Switch it. Later 1. Switch it. 808.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Ezekiel Ansah able to record his 5th sack of the season. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Carr now to throw. Got some room at the 30. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he's going to get this to the 40-yard line. A heck of a play there on third down, but amazingly, they're still short for fourth. And getting our first update now from Nashville. And it's the Titans who are off to the early lead in that ball game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. This is fielded inside the 5. It'll wind up being a net of 41. 9-yard return, 50 on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 13. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 13-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 6.
Let's go. Relax. He's checking crack. Check 9, check 9.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. On 4th down is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 35-yard line.
I got right Monday down. Check. Hey, switch gears. Low.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Carr. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6.
93. Hey, orbit. 55.
Here's Carr to throw. Got a man. It's complete. Williams. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 22. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A., where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike, go.
Carr now on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Double dog, that's the way.
To throw again, Carr. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 24. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Call a timeout.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Tackle made by Demarius Randall. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On second down now, it's Johnson. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
A good pickup of 6 there on first down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
From the 44, Watson. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Corey Littleton able to record his 5th sack of the season. Third and long, it's Watson. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this is taken in at the 5. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans push further out in front. But Deshaun Watson, he's a lot of fun to watch in the pocket, but when he's forced out of the pocket like that, he can make those big plays downfield.
Almost a bad thing when you're pass rushing and you force a Deshaun Watson out of the pocket. He creates extra time. He has the poise to keep his eyes downfield and locate receivers, and it turns into a little bit of a scramble drill for the defensive backs. Where is everyone? And Deshaun Watson finds his target for a big, big play.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects him.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Jacobs now. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Mike 55. Crunch time, defense.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Looking left sideline, it's complete. Call that a very strong gain of 24. This game, this matchup means a little more to the Carr family. Derek Carr's brother David, of course, the first overall pick in 2002 by these Houston Texans. Spent 5 years as the Texans starter, and then he would eventually spend 6 more years as a backup in the league at various spots before calling it a career. Now a play fake here on first down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A Raider first down, 17 yards.
Monday, down. 180. Here we go. Check nickel. Slide down.
On first and 10, here's Carr. Letting one go deep. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. In for the score. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit.
Carr's pass caught by number 11. Touchdown, Oakland. Daniel Carlson on 4-point action.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Coming this way, coming this way. Here we go, here we go, here we go.
A first down carry here for Johnson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Watson. And Stills bringing it in. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 first down gains. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And an alley to run. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Yeah, boy, from up here, I don't think Johnson got there. No, he did not. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That's their second, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back. And his kick is absolutely perfect. So make some room next to Tom Dempsey on the NFL's all-time field goal distance leaderboard. That's going to go down officially as a 63-yarder.
Let's not forget about David Akers, Jason Elam, and Sebastian Janikowski, too. So now Matt Prater at 64 has got a little bit of company up near the top spot. That was one heck of a kick right there.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
29.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
You're mine. Hey, Alpha. I'm here all day.
Carr. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Nelson Aguilar. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And a nice gain of 21 yards. On first down, Johnson. Johnson with a burst, a first down and more. And he gets this one down to the 24. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Well, he's broken off some big-time runs here in this first half.
Yeah, and let's just face it. When you go into a game, you think you've got the plays that are going to work, but when you actually get out there and they're starting to happen, your confidence rises, and he's running with terrific ability right now.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. His throw incomplete. Tried to get that one to Jake Butt, but now it's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson escaping the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 12-yard line. They'll run on first down. Johnson. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
47, 55. Check, 47. Here it comes.
Throwing on 2nd down, Watson. He finds his man Johnson. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. It's the Texans in front, and they're going to get the football first as we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about... The 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
At the 29-yard line.
Express. Motion. Kill.
Move it down.
Check 50. Check 99.
Yo, Chief.
Check.
Push it hard.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
What down? What ain't he?
And here we go.
Express.
Watch the pass. 40 worth of Mike. Check.
7:34. 9.
40 worth of Mike. 41.
Hey, echo.
Coming for you, son.
Push it hard.
From the gun, it's Carr. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Let's go.
How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 47.
Watch it, Here we go.
Hey, box truck.
Mike, 55. Check, 55. Mike.
Shotgun now for Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ziggy Ansah in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
That's the 2nd sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done.
Go.
55. Right there in the middle. 55. They gonna need some therapy.
To throw, it's Carr. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
And another thing that makes the comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. Nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Call it a loss of 2 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
Brings up 4th down.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points.
He's got a man, complete. A big-time play there for the Texans. 41 yards.
Just more of the same there, partner. Guys have just been running free in the secondary this entire game. No pass rush, a lot of passes completed. Been an easy day for them.
He goes to you, it's you. He comes to me, it's me.
On 1st down, Johnson. And he's taken down inside the 30. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup. Faking the give, now Watson. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 25 yards that time. To to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. But it'll be 2nd and goal. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me an option of running play action.
And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Duke Johnson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Texans push further out in front. The point after is good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be taken short. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Carr going to throw. Fighting to stay upright, but he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Timmy Jernigan with a sack.
I don't know what you were seeing on that play, but it felt to me like I wasn't watching a football field. I was watching a boxing ring. He was bobbing and weaving and trying to make sure he kept the play alive. Just didn't turn out well for him in the end, did it?
Impressive that he stayed in the pocket while avoiding those couple of would-be tacklers, but eventually goes down.
29.
After the sack on first down, Carr. That one caught. It's the rookie Hunter Renfrow. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory.
Let's go.
A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
Check. He's right. Hey, 7:34.
Carr now on first down. That is caught inside the 5. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
Partner, they weren't quite in the red zone, but things are starting to get condensed on the field. Throwing the corner route there, really nice play because it gives them a little bit of room to complete it.
Here's Jacobs. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd of the year. And the Raiders get a score closer. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will get them one closer. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Back now in Houston, it's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th.
Check. Watch 54. Yeah. You don't want none.
They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. Back to throw, Watson. Buying time to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the first. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory. Down at the 33. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up. To throw on 3rd down, Watson. This is caught. It's Cooks. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 16.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson being chased out left. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
You're mine.
On 1st down, Carr got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first. Carr now 12 of 17 through the air as he leads his guys up on 1st down. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr completes it. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. A big play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Raiders make some inroads here on that deficit. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And that will shave 1 more off this lead. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical. Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast.
And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Duke Johnson, 51 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. And all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
Let's go. Let's do it.
At their own 30-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Give them 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Mike, 55.
Raider 9.
And let's pin the mirrors back and go.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike 55. Mike 55. Mike 55. Bring it. Bring it.
On 2nd down and 4, Carr. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 42. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line.
No.
Now Carr. And he fires one incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Come on, D.
Right down. Hey, wahoo.
Carr again here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Justin Reed. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. So now he's equaled his interception total from a week ago. Remember, Charles, he had 3 last week.
And you know, all week long he vowed to take that number down. Told the guys on the team, don't worry, things are going to pick up. I've got this. But he is in a major league rut right now. Let's see if his teammates can pick him up along the way.
You're right. He talked about being cool, calm, collective, rebounding. Not rebounding right here. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Hey, you guys stand and look.
After the run, Watson going to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Good job,
So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. A big play there. 83 yards. And the Raiders get a score closer. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will get them one closer. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Will Fuller was the intended target.
Let's go, D.
Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. The opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Watson now to throw. Forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for third.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads them to victory. You have to get down and protect yourself and not take hits like that.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Well, this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Tyrell Williams, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. The risk-reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
I got you, son. I got you, son.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's got some space here.
There's no downplaying that we all knew that this was a critical possession, and to get a return like that to start things off, that's the spark that they needed. That's the spark they were looking for.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Just like that. Just like that.
Now Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Give him 19 there as the drive marches forward. Here's Carr. And it's caught. He's got it for a late touchdown, but probably a little too late. It would take a miracle of epic proportions if they're going to pull this one off. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return way back at the 11.
At their own 11-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would...
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. And now with 6 seconds remaining, they're going to burn their final timeout. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Here's Johnson. And he'll take this forward only up to about the 7.
Today's final score, Texans 61, Raiders 56.